OMG. AJ Styles slaps Gunther and challenges him for a match on Monday Night Raw. The camera opens on Monday Night Raw with an electric atmosphere already filling the arena. The crowd is loud, restless, buzzing, because they know what comes next. The red lights pulse. The music hits. Gunther, the ring general, steps onto the stage, long coat flowing, Intercontinental Championship wrapped tightly around his waist like it belongs nowhere else. His expression is cold, focused, disgusted by the noise around him. Ludwig Kaiser follows closely behind, smug grin on his face, clapping slowly as if the audience is beneath him. Gunther doesn't rush. He never does. He walks with authority, each step deliberate, as though the ring itself is privileged to host him. When he enters, he wipes his boots on the apron, steps between the ropes, and stands dead center. The crowd boos loudly, but Gunther simply tilts his head, unimpressed. Kaiser hands him a microphone. Gunther waits. The boos grow louder. Then he speaks. He says he is sick of the disrespect. Sick of nostalgia acts. Sick of men who live off past glory and think they can step into his ring. He says Monday Night Raw has become a playground for delusion, where people believe reputation matters more than dominance. He raises the Intercontinental Championship and reminds everyone that this title is no longer a stepping stone. It is no longer a memory. Under his command, it has become sacred. Brutal. Untouchable. He says no one on Raw is worthy of challenging him. The crowd erupts. Gunther smirks. He tells the locker room to listen carefully. If anyone believes they deserve a shot, they better understand one thing. Challenging Gunther doesn't lead to opportunity. It leads to pain, to embarrassment, to being broken in front of the world. Kaiser nods aggressively, pacing behind him. Gunther lowers the microphone and turns as if he's done. That's when it happens. The lights shift. The crowd explodes. AJ Styles' music hits. The reaction is instant and deafening. Gunther freezes. Kaiser's eyes widen. AJ Styles steps onto the stage, hood up, eyes locked straight on the ring. The phenomenal one doesn't pose. He doesn't play to the crowd. He walks with purpose, jaw clenched, every step fueled by something deeper than pride. The camera zooms in on Gunther's face. For the first time, there's irritation. Not fear, but recognition. AJ slides into the ring and stands face to face with Gunther. No music, no noise, just tension. The crowd chants AJ Styles' name, louder and louder, shaking the arena. AJ slowly raises a microphone. He says he's been listening. He says he's heard Gunther talk about worthiness, about dominance, about who belongs in the ring. AJ says he's heard people whisper that his time has passed. That his body is breaking down. That he's living on memories. AJ smirks. He says memories don't win championships. Heart does. He reminds Gunther that while he may be the ring general, he's standing in a ring built by men like him. Men who bled, flew, and fought when Gunther was still learning how to throw a chop. Gunther steps closer, chest to chest. Gunther tells AJ Styles that legends fade. That speed fades. That agility fades. And when the bell rings, all that remains is strength and control. He says AJ Styles would not survive his ring. AJ doesn't back up. AJ laughs. He says he's heard that before. He says he's faced monsters. Giants. Champions who thought they were untouchable. And every single one of them underestimated him. Gunther raises the microphone again, ready to shut this down. And that's when AJ Styles does it. Without warning, without hesitation, AJ Styles slaps Gunther across the face. The sound echoes through the arena. The crowd loses its mind. Gunther staggers back one step, eyes wide, shock written all over his face. Kaiser rushes forward, shouting, but Gunther raises a hand to stop him. The arena is chaos. AJ drops the microphone. He steps forward again, staring directly into Gunther's eyes. He tells him that was disrespect. He tells him that was reality. And then AJ Styles says the words that send Raw into meltdown. He challenges Gunther. One-on-one. No excuses. No talking. He says if Gunther wants to call himself the most dominant champion on Raw, then prove it against someone who refuses to be broken. Gunther wipes his jaw slowly. The anger is boiling now. He steps forward, towering over AJ, veins popping, chest heaving. The ring general tells AJ Styles that he just signed his own execution. Kaiser leans in, whispering something urgently. Gunther looks at the championship. Then back at AJ. He smirks. Gunther says he accepts. The crowd erupts again, louder than before. But Gunther isn't finished. He says AJ Styles won't get a match when he's ready. He'll get it when Gunther decides to make an example out of him. Gunther drops the mic. AJ doesn't flinch. They stand inches apart, neither willing to move, neither willing to blink. Officials flood the ring, trying to separate them as the show cuts to commercial with the image burned into everyone's mind. AJ Styles, Gunther, face to face. And war is coming. The aftermath, backstage chaos, and the ring general strikes back. Raw returns from commercial, but the energy in the building hasn't settled for even a second. The crowd is still buzzing, chanting AJ Styles' name, chanting Gunther's name, chanting for violence. Commentary is barely able to keep up, reminding everyone that what they just witnessed was unprecedented. AJ Styles didn't just confront Gunther. He disrespected him in the most personal way possible. Backstage, the camera cuts abruptly to chaos. Gunther is storming through the hallway, Ludwig Kaiser struggling to keep pace. Officials trail behind them, trying to calm him down, but it's useless. Gunther is furious. His jaw is clenched so tight it looks like it might shatter. He slams his hand against a production crate, sending it crashing into the wall. Kaiser tells him that AJ Styles crossed a line. That no one has ever laid a hand on the ring general and walked away. He tells Gunther that Raw will remember that slap forever, unless Gunther makes sure AJ Styles regrets it. Gunther stops walking. He turns slowly. He says AJ Styles wanted his attention. Now he has it. The camera cuts away before officials can hear what Gunther whispers next. Moments later, AJ Styles is shown in the locker room, sitting on a bench, taping his wrists. Calm, focused, no smile, no celebration. He looks like a man who knows what's coming and doesn't care. Another superstar walks by and tells AJ he might have gone too far. AJ doesn't look up. He says some fights are worth starting. The camera cuts back to the ring. Adam Pearce is already inside, microphone in hand, trying to regain control of the show. He says emotions are running high, but he confirms what the world just heard. Gunther vs AJ Styles is now official for an upcoming Monday Night Raw main event. The crowd erupts again. Pearce warns both men that he expects professionalism until then. That warning doesn't last long. AJ Styles' music hits again. AJ walks onto the stage, staring straight at the ring, nodding slowly as the crowd cheers. He steps through the ropes and gestures for a microphone. Before he can speak, Gunther's music hits. The crowd explodes again. Gunther marches onto the stage, no jacket now, sleeves rolled up, championship over his shoulder. He doesn't wait. He charges down the ramp. AJ drops the microphone. The moment Gunther slides into the ring, it's on. They collide in the center with forearms, fists, pure rage. AJ uses speed, firing off rapid strikes, backing Gunther into the corner. Gunther responds with a brutal chop that echoes through the arena like a gunshot. AJ stumbles back, chest turning red instantly. Another chop. AJ falls to one knee. Gunther grabs him by the head and throws him across the ring with terrifying force. AJ crashes into the turnbuckles, gasping for air. Officials rush the ring, but Gunther shoves them aside. Kaiser hops onto the apron, shouting encouragement. AJ pulls himself up using the ropes, sweat already pouring down his face. Gunther charges. AJ ducks. Phenomenal forearm attempt. Gunther catches him midair. Powerbomb. The ring shakes. The crowd gasps. Gunther doesn't stop. He drags AJ up again and delivers another chop, then another. AJ collapses face first onto the mat. Gunther stands over him, breathing heavily, towering like a monster who has reclaimed control. He raises the Intercontinental Championship high above his head. He tells AJ Styles that this is what the future feels like. But AJ moves. Slowly, painfully, he pulls himself up by Gunther's leg and looks up at him. AJ spits blood onto the mat. The crowd roars. AJ tells Gunther this isn't over. Gunther hesitates for half a second. That's all AJ needs. Low kick. Enzuigiri. Gunther staggers. AJ springs up, adrenaline fueling him, and unloads with forearms, strikes, pure desperation. He hits a standing dropkick that sends Gunther crashing into the ropes. AJ lines up. Phenomenal forearm connects. Gunther rolls out of the ring, barely escaping. The crowd is on its feet. AJ stands in the ring, chest heaving, staring down at Gunther, who is leaning against the barricade, stunned, furious, embarrassed. Kaiser helps Gunther to his feet, shouting that this changes nothing. Gunther snatches the championship from Kaiser and raises it anyway, but this time, his eyes never leave AJ. AJ picks up the microphone. He says now Gunther knows something. He's not afraid. He says the slap wasn't the message. This is. AJ tells Gunther that when they meet one-on-one, there will be nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and no amount of power will stop him from proving that heart beats dominance every single time. Gunther mouths one word back. War. The show fades to black with both men locked in a stare, the Intercontinental Championship glinting under the lights, and the promise of violence hanging thick in the air. Mind games, ambushes, and the ring general sends a message. The following Monday Night Raw opens with a different kind of tension. There's no music, no fireworks, just a slow camera pan across the crowd, signs everywhere. AJ Styles. Gunther. War is coming. The commentary team wastes no time reminding everyone that since the slap, Raw has been living under a cloud of violence. Officials are on edge. Superstars are watching their backs. The camera cuts backstage. AJ Styles is arriving at the arena. He steps out of his car, duffel bag over his shoulder, hoodie up. The moment he closes the door, Gunther appears from behind. A thunderous chop crashes into AJ's chest, slamming him against the car door. The sound echoes through the parking area. AJ drops his bag, gasping for air. Gunther doesn't stop. Another chop, then another. AJ collapses to the concrete. Kaiser appears, shouting for security to stay back. Gunther grabs AJ by the collar and hauls him up, throwing him spine first into a metal barricade. AJ screams in pain, clutching his back. Officials rush in, but Gunther backs away slowly, hands raised, cold smile on his face. He tells them this is what happens when you challenge the ring general. Medics swarm AJ Styles as the camera cuts away. Later in the night, Adam Pearce is furious. He storms into his office, slams the door, and shouts that this has gone too far. He says Raw cannot function with this level of chaos. He demands Gunther come to the ring. Gunther's music hits. The ring general walks out, calm, composed, championship gleaming. He steps into the ring and waits. Pearce says Gunther crossed a line attacking AJ Styles in the parking lot. He says AJ has been medically evaluated and is still in the building. Gunther smirks. He says AJ Styles wanted a war. Wars have casualties. Pearce says if Gunther wants to fight like this, then he's going to get what he deserves. He announces that Gunther vs AJ Styles will take place in 2 weeks, live on Monday Night Raw, for the Intercontinental Championship. The crowd erupts. Gunther's expression changes. Not fear, disappointment. He says 2 weeks is too long. He wants AJ now. The lights suddenly go out. The arena goes silent. Then, AJ Styles' music hits. The crowd explodes. AJ appears on the stage, ribs taped, shoulder wrapped, walking slowly but with fire in his eyes. Every step hurts, but he doesn't stop. Gunther steps forward, shaking his head, almost laughing. AJ enters the ring and grabs a microphone. He says Gunther tried to end him in the parking lot. He says it didn't work. He tells Gunther that pain has followed him his entire career, and it has never stopped him before. AJ challenges Gunther to fight tonight. Pearce steps between them, refusing. He says the match is set. 2 weeks. No physical contact until then. Gunther leans in, whispering something to AJ. AJ smirks. Gunther backs away and raises the championship. But as he turns, AJ snaps. He lunges. Security floods the ring instantly, pulling them apart as fists fly wildly. The crowd is screaming. Gunther breaks free for a split second and lands one final chop that drops AJ to his knees. Security restrains Gunther as AJ struggles to stand, refusing to stay down. The following week, video packages air showing Gunther's dominance. Chop compilations, power bombs, bodies falling, commentary calling him unstoppable. Then AJ's video plays. Clips of resilience. AJ getting back up. AJ winning against the odds. AJ refusing to quit. Backstage, AJ is interviewed. He says Gunther thinks strength is everything. He says he's wrong. He says timing, heart, and experience will expose him. Later that night, AJ Styles has a match. Gunther watches from the stage. Every time AJ takes a hit, Gunther smiles. AJ wins. Gunther applauds slowly. AJ stares him down. The tension is unbearable. Raw ends with both men on opposite sides of the stage, the Intercontinental Championship held high, the contract already signed, and the war just days away.